A high-functioning woman is a woman who wants you. She doesn't need you. And let me clear that up. When I say she doesn't need you, it doesn't mean she's independent. That means she is interdependent. I only not need you because my pain doesn't need your pain. My dysfunction doesn't need your dysfunction to feed it for us to be in this relationship, meaning I don't need a trauma bond with you, okay? She wants you because she wants the healed part of you, but has the capacity, because we're all human, we ain't perfect, to facilitate and deal with the unhealed part of you that's gonna show up in the relationship at some point. And hers is gonna show up too, mine is gonna show up too. And so that's why I always say, I want a hybrid. I want a hybrid for y'all out there who wanna know, meaning a man who's high functioning enough to meet my healthy high functioning, but low functioning enough to deal with me when my abandonment inflames, to deal with me when some of my dysfunctions that I'm still working on inflame.
Hi everyone, welcome back to Vibrate Higher TV. My name is Malika Nichelle. I wanted to put this video together because I genuinely have so much respect and admiration for Dr. Cheyenne Bryant. Her work, her perspective, and the way she speaks about healing, relationships, self-awareness, and family really resonates with me on a personal level. I've compiled some of her most impactful points and conversations because I think there's a lot of wisdom here that can really help people, especially women who are working through self-love, boundaries, and emotional growth. If you enjoy content like this, feel free to check out my other videos where I talk about relationships, self-mastery, personal development, and even more. With that being said, let's get into it.
Let me ask you this. Are you okay with a man who already has children? No. Okay. Why
Deal
not?
breaker. Deal breaker.
Deal breaker for you? Why
because
not?
I want my own family.
And you feel like you cannot have that with a man who already has children.
That is a form of polyamory.
Really? Explain that, please.
Okay. Polyamory doesn't have to do with us all living in a household together and we're all doing the do. Polyamory is outside relationships that I'm okay with. So if I'm in a relationship with Paul, I have to be okay with him having a relationship with the mothers of his children.
Yeah.
I would hope he does, you know?
Yeah.
Right? So although he's not sleeping with him, or we would want to think he's not, let's just
Right.
take him as being a good man. He's just co-parenting and doing it the right way. Well, when Christmas or holidays come around, or a birthday party or a wedding or graduation, Paul has every right to spend time with his kids. And if the mother is there, I mean, they procreated together. It's not a crime for her to be in the same room as him. That's what co-parenting is, healthy co-parenting is. If I agree to that, I am now, or I should be attempting to be healthy with these women, right? If I'm going to love him, I love Paul's kids. So now I'm in a polyamory relationship that I'm agreeing to be in because although you're not sleeping with this woman, we all are a family. I don't like honesty. I like transparency. Let me explain the difference. Honesty is I ask you, hey babe, who were you at dinner with?
Yeah.
And you tell me the truth. That means you're being honest.
Yeah.
Transparency is, hey baby, I got dinner at 7 with James, Nathan, and his assistant, Sarah's gonna be there.
And that's
And that's transparency. So now guess what? You were forthcoming,
Yep.
you told me what it was,
Yep.
and so now I trust it.
You're acting as if I'm entering every scenario with the full me, and we all, every time someone meets someone, you're
Right.
meeting their representative. I know how to turn on the perfect man.
yeah, depending
and
on
so
the
therefore
person,
I
yeah.
may have manipulated a situation,
Right.
and therefore, so it's to no discredit to anyone
Yeah,
else,
I got
but
you.
I've come into every situation. I can be God-fearing, celibate, the one
Right,
that you
right,
want. I can
right.
tell you everything that you want in a man and show you that. I can
Right.
open the doors, lay down the cloak, send the jet, do it all to be like, oh my goodness, I've never. And then Toxic Nick shows up,
look at
and
what
you
you
like,
just-
this
but-
motherfucker got me.
No, but
he
what
done
you said
gave me
is
the
perfect.
draws, and I ain't heard from him in 3 weeks.
What you said is perfect. No, what you said is perfect because you named all of the low-functioning, superficial things that a low-functioning woman would fall into.
Church?
Women,
That ain't
baby,
low functioning.
baby. Any woman,
We going to
any
see the
woman,
Lord together.
any woman or man,
Or the mosque,
any
wherever you want to
person
go.
who
I know them both.
any person who's done the work, who gained a sense of self, who's worked on their pain pockets, who's worked on their trauma,
are still going to be vulnerable.
They're going to be vulnerable.
They
They're
still going to yearn. And late at night when you're sleeping alone, you go, I wish I had a strong man to rub my back.
They're going to be imperfect, but that person would want a strong, healthy, functioning man, not a low-functioning man.
Sometimes a nigga with some good hands.
Not a low-functioning man, no. That's what I'm saying is the difference. But
every woman, you can't, Doc, you can't sit here and say that.
But you're speaking from your experience, which makes it better.
I'm saying.
Because your experience of these women is that they fall short for a jet and a good meal and a good man who says he goes to church.
And some strong hands.
And let me go further, and probably a big penis. But okay,
you said it, not
so
me.
let me go. But again, a high functioning, I'm not even talking about value, a high functioning woman who's done the work.
I'm trying to hear what this high functioning woman is.
But a high functioning woman, you cannot send a jet and be toxic, and she will go on the
She don't know I'm toxic yet.
A high-functioning woman wouldn't even attract you, baby. Because it's law of attraction. Stick with me. Just stick with me.
Please explain this high-functioning woman.
Regulate your emotions and stick with me. Regulate your emotions and stick with me.
I'm trying to hear you.
Listen. Yeah?
No.
Oh, okay. Yeah. How come? Why?
I don't know the answer.
Okay. And so what does saving feel and look like on you towards mom?
I think it's like, and we talked about this yesterday, I think it's an idea I have of what a mom should look like.
What's that idea?
Like I see a lot of my friendships with my friends, like my closest female friends, they have great relationships with their mothers. Mm-hmm. And I know that will never look like, that's not my reality. I'm never going to go get a mimosa with my mom. I'm never going to travel the world with my mom. My mom will probably
sit in that. Don't avoid. Sit in that. Stay there. Because that's the reality that has you deflect and avoid through comedy, that has you deflect and avoid through people pleasing, that has you deflect and avoid through being a savior to everyone else. Because what you can't do or haven't been able to do with your mom, you've been trying to overcompensate and do it in other areas.
With everybody else.
Including yourself. So you won't be able to travel the world with her. And what are these other ideologies that you know?
Wow. The life that I've built, like her enjoying it with me. Her being healthy, her being mentally healthy. Us having a a deeper relationship, like my mom being my best friend. Like, I think the idea that I have of what a mom should look like, it's not my reality of who my mom is. So I'm like in love with the idea that I'm trying to make happen.
And every time you see her, you're what?
Disappointed or mad or upset or trying to make that real.
So you keep breaking your own heart over and over again.
Jesus. Yeah. Yep.
Yeah. So this idea you have continues to disappoint you, not your mom. I want to be clear on that. Right? So when we realize our fairy tale ideology keeps breaking me, not this person, then it shifts us from mad, angry, upset to compassion. To understanding. To now we can have an intimate relationship. It breaks down the barriers that keep you from everything you really want anyways.
Like the reality opposed to the illusion.
Yeah. So you just been serving yourself chicken every day saying it's a T-bone steak.
Jesus.
And every time you bite into it, you gaslight the chef. And you're like, this ain't T-bone steak. The chef said, but you keep buying chicken.
Lord.
And I served you it, but you've told yourself I'm eating a T-bone steak.
Yeah.
Knowing that it's not.
Yeah.
but you keep buying chicken.
Yeah.
You keep buying your ideology.
So how do you change? What is like a step to, how do I change that?
Tell your real story. Tell your real narrative. Take yourself out of emotional bondage, out of a fairy tale compartmentalized world. Because you're compartmentalizing, which is normal. Because as a little girl, when you undergo so much trauma and so much pain, the only way you can survive that is to compartmentalize.
Got it.
You got to create a fairy tale.
Lord.
Because my world is crushing me.
Okay.
I'm 5, I'm 6, I'm 7. I have no insight. How do I navigate this?
Okay.
I don't.
Okay.
So I create a world that makes me feel safe here.
Okay.
And then I grow up to be a woman, and I take this world here with me, and I negate the reality of what's going on. And so every time someone does something that's against my idea of this fairy tale, I'm disappointed again. I'm brokenhearted again.
That's ridiculous.
And no matter how successful you become, no matter how amazing you become, you ain't good enough.
And I think
everything around you isn't, because it doesn't fit that box.
I was talking to my sister about this recently. I mentioned this to you in our session, but like, I get so triggered when I go back home. Like, I'm like, why am I'm so happy with my friends. I'm happy here in this world I've created. And then I go back home, like, my aunt's like, you need to see your mom more. And I'm like, we're working on it. Like, but I just feel.
You don't feel happy in your reality.
Yes. Of
You're
what
happy.
I'm expecting. And
Yes.
Yes.
You're happy in a false narrative that you can't bring home to your reality.
Yes.
And so when you're there,
I'm allowing it to trigger me and allowing it to upset me.
Because it's still, after 34 years, not fitting this ideology, this fairy tale that, and I say this with all the love and respect, nobody has to fit in. People only have to show up in who they are.
Yeah.
And we only have to show up and facilitate that.
Yeah.
Or choose not to.
Yeah.
But we can't conform them to what we want them to be based on what we need.
Jesus.
Which is called codependency, for us to feel good. So if when you went home, mom conformed to this fairy tale, to your codependency, only then can feel good in that space. When work and being healthy says, it don't matter what the space is. I control how I feel.
Okay.
I walk into my reality.
Okay.
And because I've accepted it, I've now learned how to make the best of it, how to bring the positive to it.
So is that a practice?
Oh, it's tools, it's work, it's practice. But first it's you accepting what the reality of it is. Okay, my mom can't do mimosas with me. In your situation, it's not that she doesn't want to. She can. It's not, she can't. Mm-hmm. If you're telling me that there's things that incapacitate her from being able to, right? She can. And so can I ask what the health issue is, or what?
I'm not ready to talk about that publicly. Like, I haven't talked about that. I've talked about it privately with friends, and I'm just now to the point where like I can share my mom's story off camera without bawling.
I was talking to a guy for 1 week.
Yes.
7 days. I said, let me ask you something. How many other women are you talking to? How many other?
This is date 1.
This is day
week
7.
Week one. Yes.
Okay. Day 7.
Yes.
Because we're a long distance.
Yes.
So it was a lot of conversation. On day 7, I said, you're creating a space for me that is making me feel like I want to give more of myself. But before I do that, I have a question. How many other women are you talking to? And he said, none. I said, okay. I said, and before we move forward with me giving more of myself, and when I say more of myself, I'm speaking of my emotions and my time, not my body, at least not at that space. I said, I'm an access woman. So before you can access anything of me, my heart, my body, my mind, I'm going to need access to what I believe creates a safe space for me. And that is passwords to your phone. I don't
Week
need keys
one?
to your house. I'm not saying I need the password on week one. What I'm saying is, are you comfortable with doing that when we get to that space?
When we get to,
When we
but
get
you're
to
not
that
asking
space.
that for week one.
No.
long
I'm not
distance.
saying week one, give me your password.
Okay.
I'm saying that when
Okay.
we move into that space,
Yes.
because now I'm feeling like I want to spend more time with you. I want to invest equity into this relationship.
Yes.
Equity for me in week one is time, conversation on the phone, and yes, you can fly me to come see you.
Yes.
That's equity for me.
That's fine.
Okay. But when we get to the space of now, this environment has become safe and my body is now feeling moved to want to be intimate with you.
Yes.
Or my heart is feeling moved to want to be committed to you. When we get there, I know that I'm going to ask for access. So I'm not going to set myself up to get there, ask for it, and then this is not what you're in alignment with, because the longer I stay, the more expensive it is for me to pull out. So,
Yes, but does that not bring to bear a presumption of guilt or absence of trust that at the door, I need a passcode?
with that,
But if I haven't given you no red flags, no flashing lights, the phone ain't vibrating.
Yeah. I love this. No, I love
so
this
why do you
question.
come straight into the door like, hey, I got to trust, come behind you. Am I carrying what happened with the last
I love this
situation?
No, because both of my fiancés, knock on wood,
Yes.
was no infidelity that I know of.
Okay.
And I had access to phone, computer, Instagram, Facebook, bank account, and we lived together. So I obviously had access to our home. And I would navigate the phone. They would navigate mine. And we never, ever had a conversation about another woman or a man that had to create division between our relationship. I never left for that. So I'm not bringing in a per se redo to this new dating space. What I'm doing is saying, I'm not wanting your passcode so I can access your phone so I can see that you're cheating. I don't want to be broken, Pastor Bryant. I don't want to be dismantled.
Yeah.
I don't want to be hurt. For me, that's a reassurance. And as the Bible says, love your partner by knowledge of them, well, I'm giving you knowledge of me. So if that works for you, then align with me. If it doesn't, let's pivot now. And there's no hard feelings.
So but the phone code is a breaker.
Oh, is it a non-negotiable?
Yes.
It is. The passcode, access. Let me say it because I'm single and I'm in my choosing phase.
Yes.
And I'm choosing
and I've
my
given
husband.
you no reason.
There's not a reason. It's called transparency. I operate from a place of transparency, not honesty. Honesty means I have to ask you questions. I don't want a relationship with you when I have to drill you like an investigator. When you're talking about trust, an investigator has to ask you 500 questions to figure out what their clarity is that they're seeking. That's not the relationship I seek. I seek transparency. Transparency is, baby, I have a flight at 10 o'clock tonight.
Yeah.
When I land, I have a meeting. And X, Y, and Z will be there. And I happen to still do business with the guy I used to date before you because he's in on this deal. He'll be there too. That's transparency. So you wouldn't have to ask me anything.
Yes.
For me, transparency is also, we are transparencing together. You have access to my body, don't you? If we get to that space, you have access to my heart, to my mind, right? To me, my heart, my mind, my body is more valuable than that punk ass phone. So for me, if all I'm asking for is access to something that you have nothing to hide, that I'm not saying I want it to pick up and go through. Because if I want to pick it up and go through it, Pastor Brian, guess what? I ain't got to ask for the password. Because you know everybody can find that out. That's easy work. To find out women find out passwords all day long. Let's keep it real.
Listen.
Do they not? Do they not? Do they not?
Yes.
Okay, so wait a minute. So is it not better to have a woman that says to you, baby, I'm asking for access because I never want to really, I'm not trying to pry into your privacy and sneak into your phone. I don't want to do that. I'm not going to do that. Let me disclaimer. I'm not going to do that. So all I'm saying is I want access to it because being that I have access to it means that you've given me permission and authority.
Right, but if
hold on.
Yes.
And giving me permission and authority is the love language. Stick with me. It's the principle. It's not the password. It's the fact that you said, baby, here goes a key to my house. So when I'm out of town, you can leave when you want to. That doesn't mean I want to go run through your drawers and see what's in there. That means you're giving me access and authority to your home. That's a principle that opens up a space for me. That's called a love language. I am not going to be in a bed with a man who can access my body, that is priceless, and I can't access a $89.99 or $499.99 Samsung or iPhone because you think that's a breach of your privacy. You keep your $500 phone over there, and I'll keep my priceless mind, body, and soul over here. I have yet to have an issue with being in a relationship with a man, and I have been engaged multiple times.
Yes.
And I have in these 6 years said no to multiple rings because I refuse to get engaged again without going through with it.
Yes.
I have yet to have an issue with the man who's not a womanizer, who wouldn't say password. I don't care about that. Okay, so what? And this is the thing. If you need to do what you do, womanizer, and you want to keep a woman of my caliber and you think you just that smart to do it, run the password, get another phone and do it your way. But I'm not going to make it easy for you.
Yes.
If you want her that bad, get a phone for her and keep that shit over there.
I'm with you on the 50-yard line. But you're going to respect this space. I'm with you on the 50-yard line.
I'm listening.
Where I'm throwing a flag on the field.
I'm listening.
Is that nobody would be giving you a key to the house the first week. And you asked this in the first 7 days. Yeah. So in the first 7 days.
Clear it up, Pastor Brian, clear it up. I didn't ask for the password in 7 days. Yes. I asked that when we get to this road of commitment. And
I understood.
Yes, of commitment.
Yes.
Part of committing to me, just like there's commitment standards for you and other men, is access. Because when you commit to me, I'm giving you access to me. And if you can't honor and respect access to me, being a part of me, accessing everything that comes with you, then we don't have a commitment. And we are not operating from a space of what works for us collectively. Now we're operating from a space of what works for you. And there's a two-party relationship here.
I'm almost there. I want to be there.
Are you at 70 yet?
I want to be there.
The 70-yard line
yet? No, we at 55. we at the speed limit. It's a bump in the road. My question is...
Let me ask you this. Does your wife have your password?
Yes.
So what are we talking about here?
Yeah, my wife.
So what are we talking about here?
She didn't have it that first week now.
But did she have it? Did she have it before she was your before she was your wife?
Yes.
Okay. So now we're in the end zone.
Yes.
Now we're in the end zone.
Yes, for a wife,
drove it
sure.
What I'm saying is at 42, when I get pregnant.
Which is this year.
Right? Manifest it with me, Paul. I love you. When I get pregnant, at 42, am not leaving my husband. Hold on. Because I'm making a commitment not just to him, but to these babies. That we will have two people in this house that can tell you their narrative, their story, and you can choose who you want to listen to. You can choose whose story you want to hear. But I want to make sure that I give you everything that I can. Which means if I have to sacrifice a little bit in that household to stay in it, if I got to have meetings with daddy to say, listen, we may not want to be here, but we made a commitment to be here. So what we got to do to make sure we healthy so that the family's healthy. But let me tell you why I say age is important in wisdom. In my 20s and even in my 30s, I would have been in my feelings because emotions don't cause problems, feelings do. And I would have acted out of feeling and not commitment because commitment's not a feeling. It's you doing what you said you was going to do regardless of how you feel. At 42, I can commit. That's that obedience to my promised land. At 20, in my 20s and 30s, guess what? I'd have threw the whole motherfucking towel in and said, you know what? Me and them kids gonna be good because I do well. I'm a doctor. I gotta support a family and friends. Nigga, we can co-parent.
Come on.
But that's in your 20s and 30s. This is why I'm saying to a person like yourself and other people watching, men and women who have already made those decisions and they end up being bad decisions, not mistakes, because kids are not mistakes, but bad decisions in the way that you happen to create your kids, the dynamic you put them in. At 42, I understand the power of commitment and sacrifice. At 23, I understood the power of how I feel. That's the difference, Paul. At 23, we gonna tear this house up. We ain't tripping off these kids. We gonna tear this house up. So I've been in private practice as a doctor of psychology for 17 years. And I'm gonna say this. I've never seen a womanizer not be a womanizer. And to Big Boy and to you, sis, if you don't fix what's in you, you can let go of that woman who's homeless. You will continue to attract the same spirit in a different vessel. So what's the bigger question is, why would you allow yourself to be dishonored by a woman of that caliber? okay? To your point, same thing. If a man dishonored you and disrespected you, where did you learn that that was okay to begin with? Second question is, what in you says, I think I'm Jesus. I could turn water to wine. You can't do that. Let me tell y'all something. Women don't change men, baby. Men change when they want to, if they ever do. If they ever do. Key word. It don't work like that. So if you can learn how to survive a relationship with a cheater or a womanizer, then by all means, stay. But if you want to thrive, then by all means, pivot. Because that's a relationship you will have to learn how to be with a cheater. Because it's not about if he'll do it again, it's exactly what she said. It's how will he do it again. So he's going to gain knowledge of you so he can figure out how to do it in a way that you don't catch it. But to begin with, the fact that you caught it, excuse my language, means he didn't give a fuck if you caught it anyways.
Sloppy.
Trill, did you have something?
Yeah. Oh, security.
He said, hey. Hold on, go to the mic. Go to the mic.
So, if I say I love this woman, if God loved me and God forgave me of all my sins,
okay,
I'm gonna forgive that woman.
Okay.
And she could change.
Okay.
Because God said, if you can't love these people, how can you love me? So I'm gonna love that woman. And you know what I'm gonna do?
Go ahead.
I'm gonna have an experience with her, and I'm gonna show her love.
Okay.
And when I finish showing her love, she gonna know how to love me.
Okay.
Is that your woman?
Okay. These niggas want us to be Jesus.
No.
These niggas want us to be Jesus.
Wait, hold on.
Hey, no, hold on. Let me focus something. Hold on.
I was scared.
Somebody.
I felt like this was a conversation.
Hey. We good. We was good.
Hold on.
No. You know it. Brother, hold on. I don't want to make light of the overall message that he was saying. I don't want to make light of that. But oftentimes, there's a difference between forgiveness and giving someone a second chance. And we conflate the two, we confuse the two. I can forgive you for me, but that doesn't mean my presence is staying in your life. Go ahead.
And also the Bible says, to your point, big man, the Bible says to turn the cheek, baby, but don't be a fool. So after you turn the cheek, baby, don't be a fool. You should understand that turn the cheek means, you got me once, but I'm not going to do it twice. Come on.
Security. He's running.
Why he come back like...
Come on. Let's go.
You remember when niggas used to run back out on wrestling?
Love conquers all things.
He got a chair.
Can I ask you a question? Hold on. Let me ask you a question.
Let's go.
Love conquers all things. So why didn't love stop you from cheating?
It don't.
Everybody be quiet.
All right. Now, hold on.
Babe, have I ever cheated?
No.
He defended this too hard. Hold on. But
My thing is this.
Go ahead.
When you love somebody, the Bible said love conquers all. What you have to realize is you accepted this person for everything they came with.
No, the hell I didn't.
You
Return to sender, nigga. No, I did not.
You have to be smart enough to observe and say, listen, I accept this or I don't. God loved you with all your sins. So who are you to look at this woman and say, I don't love her?
Not God.
I'm not God. I'm Ace. I'm not God.
Not God.
And I want to say this. Since we bringing up the scripture, and Trip, I know you probably got something, but hold on. In this Bible that we're quoting, in this Bible that we quote, everybody look to your left and your right. In that Bible that we're quoting, do you know the only scriptural reason that they give, one of the only, but the ones that's explicit, that they give for divorce is what? adultery. And so what I'm saying is, our God cared enough about us to not force us to deal with the consequences of somebody breaking the integrity of our marriage. And so when you say, well, God loves all, he loved that person you cheated on too. And he don't want her or him to go through that if they can't handle that. So what I'm saying is, I love God loves everybody. But that don't mean Keisha gonna always love you that way.
And also, Ace, we gotta stop gaslighting God, okay? Let's not make it to where God said he forgives every sin, so therefore I can just fuck you over how I want. That is not what he's saying. There's no gaslighting God. No.
You know what the problem is, though?
Sometimes in life, it's not about you. It's about the person that you're with.
Okay, hold on.
And listen,
says the cheater.
That person has gone through 20, 30, 40 years of an experience.
Hey, get your man.
That taught them to be a certain way.
Get your man.
Ma'am, is this your husband? Come on, bring him back.
Okay.
Yo.
Final thoughts. Let me get Fontaine real quick. Fontaine.
I'm not sure how we ended up here. Because I really wanted to talk to that lady.
Why are we choosing people that we want to change? Why are we not choosing somebody that we say, okay, out of 100% of your moving parts, 75, 80% I'm choosing. The 20% I have to be disciplined to be with you. So when that 20% enters into our relationship, I then have to sit in seat of self and say, I'm not going to leave you or unplug from you, but I may have to take you in dosage in that season.
Gotcha.
That's commitment. Commitment is doing what you said you was going to do regardless of how you feel.
That's right.
So if I'm married to you and you're in that 20% of your season that I don't like, that's when discipline and maturity comes in to say, baby, listen, you in that 20%. So I'm not leaving you, but I'm going to have to fall back a little bit. If you need me, I'm in the other room. If you need me, I done took a vacation somewhere. Not to cheat, not to dismantle my commitment.
We don't think like that when we in it. The reason we don't think like that when we in it.
Because we're getting in it too young when we don't have the thought process to even think.
I'm comfortable with my abandonment.
Because you are in your dysfunctional norm that you become comfortable with.
But it's worked. It's become a superpower.
But you've learned to survive in it. You're not thriving in that. That's not thriving. You're surviving in that.
Okay.
And so anytime you are surviving and not thriving, there is no cape. There is no superpower. There's no superpower in a lack of mental health. And there's no superpower.
But it's worked for me. Like you said, I mean,
you know why it worked for you?
read me well.
You know why it worked for you?
Why?
You know why it worked for you? I'm gonna go there, and it's probably gonna be okay.
Go ahead. This is what we watched the first. We got 2 minutes left in our first session.
With all due respect, seriously, to all the women that you've encountered, ladies, I'm saying this: the reason why it's worked for you is because you have chosen and to prey on low-functioning women who don't have the emotional intelligence. No, I'm going there. Who will allow you to do that, Nick? And when I say allow, it's not a control thing. When I say allow, I'm not saying that she sits across you and says, "This is what you won't do. You're crossing a boundary." Nick,
I disagree. Yes. This is why I disagree. I mean, one, because
why you gonna make sure? But you gotta go in protection mode too.
But I'm saying because you could say from the all the high value women that I've ever
I didn't say high value.
But okay, I'm giving compliments. But I'm just saying
wait a minute.
For the people who are even of them being, because first of all,
low-functioning woman will allow you to function low with them. Nick, you could not function that low.
So this is Nick, everyone's low functioning at some point in their life.
You could not function low with a woman of my functioning, not because I'm superior. Not because I'm superior. Listen to me say this really quick. Not because I'm superior to any other woman, but because I do have leverage. I've been in my field for 17 years, so we get that. But I've done the work, meaning you won't have an opportunity to get hostile with me, and you may want to flee, but fleeing would not get you a payoff with me. Wait a minute.
I'm not the hostile individual.
This is that's my point. Did you hear what you just said? We said the same thing. You would never have the opportunity to get hostile with me.
Yeah, because I control myself.
Hold on. Okay.
I have full control of my. But in your sense, because that's what I'm saying. Because even only reason I say what I disagree, because at some point we've all been low functioning. Yes. And we have to accept that. Yes. So to label that is like, all right. Well, at some point everybody's going to be in their low state. Everybody's going to be vulnerable. Everybody's going to feel empty. Everybody's going to yearn something.
Mental health,
and when it comes to relationships, the beauty of a great relationship is where I'm weak, you are strong. So therefore, I have dealt with some people that balance me and are equally yoked. And at times, have I been manipulative and prey on certain things? Yes, because I'm a man.
Right.
And
but not all men do that. We don't want to blanket all men.
And
all
I will
men
take advantage.
do not prey and manipulate. Not all men.
First of all humans prey and manipulate, but in a man in a relationship,
not in a praying way.
If I see that I can say, okay, I feel like I need this and this person has this, I'm going to do and say whatever I need to do to get that.
But Nick, again, law of attraction. We attract who we are despite of who we think we are. You used the word, you said women who are equally yoked to you.
Yeah.
Equally yoked comes in many different facets.
100%. Balance, if anything.
They have been equally yoked to your low functioning dysfunction that you have learned to survive in.
Because I use my tools to, because first of all, you're acting as if I'm entering every scenario with the full me, and we all, every time someone meets someone, you're meeting their representative. I know how to turn on the perfect man.
Depending on the person,
I may have manipulated a situation, and therefore, so it's to no discredit to anyone else,
I got you.
I've come into every situation. I can be God-fearing, celibate, the one that you want. I can tell you everything that you want in a man and show you that. I can open the doors, lay down the cloak, send the jet, do it all to be like, oh my goodness, I've never. And then Toxic Nick shows up, and you're like, this motherfucker got me.
No, but
he done gave me the draws, and I ain't heard from him in 3 weeks.
What you said is perfect. No, what you said is perfect because you named all of the low-functioning, superficial things that a low-functioning woman would fall into.
Church,
women,
that ain't low-functioning.
Baby, any woman,
we going to see the Lord together.
Any woman or man,
or the mosque, wherever you want to go. I know them both.
Any person who's done the work, who gained a sense of self, who's worked on their pain pockets, who's worked on their trauma,
are still going to be vulnerable.
They're going to be vulnerable.
They're still going to yearn. And late at night when you're sleeping alone, you go, I wish I had a strong man above my back.
They're going to be imperfect, but that person would want a strong, healthy, functioning man, not a low-functioning man.
Sometimes a nigga with some good hands.
Not a low-functioning man, no. That's what I'm saying is the difference. But
every woman, you can't sit here and say that.
But you're speaking from your experience, which makes it better.
I'm saying,
because your experience of these women is that they fall short for a jet and a good meal and a good man who says he goes to church.
Strong hands.
And let me go further, and probably a big penis. But okay,
you said it, not
let me go. But again, a high functioning. I'm not even talking about value. A high functioning woman who's done the work.
I'm trying to hear what this high functioning woman is.
But a high functioning woman, you cannot send a jet and be toxic, and she will go on the
She don't know I'm toxic yet.
A high-functioning woman wouldn't even attract you, baby. Because it's law of attraction. Stick with me. Just stick with me.
Please explain this high-functioning
regulate your emotions and stick with me. Regulate your emotions and stick with me.
I'm trying to hear you.
Listen, what is law of attraction? We attract
who we are
despite who we think we are.
Absolutely.
Think we are.
Absolutely.
Okay. So a high-functioning woman is not going to attract by default. By her calibration, she's not attracting a man who is not perfect. The man has got all kinds of mess. So does she. But when it comes to the level of her calibration and functioning and mental health and doing the work, she's going to attract that at which she is, that at what she leads with. So let me say this. Do I get on private jets that I pay for myself? Absolutely. Have I had a man do a wonderful, beautiful things for me? Absolutely. Have I had rocks and this and caught off weddings? Of course. But let me say this. Prior to me doing the work and being a high-functioning woman, I attracted low-functioning men. Hold on.
So you're saying you're a high-functioning woman who attracted low-functioning men?
No, it's not what I said. I said prior to me doing the work and becoming a high-functioning woman, my low-functioning self attracted low-functioning men. Hold on. You know why I attracted them? Because I needed low-functioning to feed low-functioning. Okay, hold on. A low-functioning man cannot feed a high-functioning woman, and a low-functioning woman can't feed a high-functioning man. And so what I'm telling you is there is no equally yoked there. I want to ask you a question. As a husband, what are your thoughts on how I described a wife being of service to her husband?
Every man, you ask any man, that's what he want. Be a service. You ain't got to always understand what I'm going through. I'm a man. For the most of the shit I'm going through, you can't even take it. So I'm not going to even tell it to you. So all I need you to do is rub my back, rub my head. Let me get through this day. Do something to relax my mind besides saying, what's wrong? What can I do? Or, why are you tripping with me? It ain't even you. This man going out facing the world, and bring the bag home while he facing the world. That's a lot of stress. A man every day ain't easy. And sometimes people think it is or may think like, oh, it didn't happen to me, but it's stressful. So that's what a man want out of a woman. That's what every man want out of a woman. Just rub my back, rub my head, relax my day. I'm going through enough. And sometimes talking about it is going through it. So I don't even want to talk about it.
Come on. And I asked you on purpose so that the men who are watching will feel validated by another man. And the women who are watching, who are either wives already or in their preparing to be a wife season, could get that tool from a man, not just from a woman. Yeah. You said we're out facing the world every day. Yeah. And when a man makes you his world, bring peace to it.
Bring peace to it.
Straight up, bring peace to it.
I'm going to say that again. When a man makes you his world, bring peace to it.
If you've never seen a healthy marriage, how are you able to identify one?
So let me answer again. I didn't grow up in a household where a healthy marriage was something that was present for learned behavior. I am 41 years old. I'm an adult who has done a lot of work. So in today's world, with my work and my healing and my old friends who I have now made new friends, I now have, and I do see healthy relationships.
But none that you want to be like, yo,
no,
I like what y'all have.
Right.
I want to emulate that.
No, and it's not because what they have isn't healthy. It's because I have a strong sense of self. And I'm not knocking people who look to other people and say, I would like that, or I get what you're saying. There's nothing wrong with that. But I have a strong sense of self, and I don't want what someone else has. I want what is aligned in God's will for me is. And so I have a strong understanding that what's for me ain't gonna look like your healthy relationship. And if I get caught up in, I want that, or I want it to mirror that, then I may be looking and meeting my husband saying, you don't fit this box, which is called compartmentalizing. And my husband, who's God sending to me after all my work, doesn't need to fit a box. He needs to come authentically who he is. And my job is to love him where he is, how he is, and pray on the ways that I don't understand, because I'm not supposed to lean onto my own understanding. I'm supposed to trust God in all his ways. And when doing that means I'm not looking for anything externally to idolize. When I have myself in God and I know that who my husband is, I will feel it. I don't have to see it in someone else's world. And the other thing is we got to be careful with wanting what somebody else has from the optics, because it could look like we want this beautiful mansion and we go in that house, excuse my language, that motherfucker's more homeless than people who sleep on the street. Because just because you got 4 walls and you have a marble floors and you have a gated home and you have a 10,000 or 20,000 square foot home doesn't mean that thing ain't more homeless than the person who's in a high-rise apartment, or a person who's in a single apartment living in downtown LA and they're a student who's poor. Okay, that has nothing to do with it. So I'd rather have a little apartment with my husband and baby, we got wealth, than be in a big mansion like a lot of people have done and be homeless in that thing. And I'm sitting here creating this image for my people to admire me, but I'm dying in the inside. When you talk about resources and people, I don't want no friends around me who can see me as a mansion but let me die as a homeless person internally. I'm good. And nor do I want to be the woman who says, I want what Cam and this woman has, not knowing that when this woman goes wherever she going, she's really speaking the real about what y'all got going, but she not gonna tell me, because she wants me to keep feeding her trauma, which is that mask and that costume she's wearing, to make people think that relationship is good. I'll pass. I'll take what God has for me, and I will continue to pray for those who I see have a healthy relationship and support them. But I don't want nothing nobody has, because it's not mine. And if it ain't yours, y'all, you can't keep it. You can't sustain it. So stop wanting things that ain't yours. Stop wanting things that don't belong to you. That's called despair. Get you some help. Get you some healing, get you a sense of self, and start wanting things that are yours. And then you may not end up with a man who's beating your ass because you thought he was putting her on jets and buying her Birkin bags and taking her to nice restaurants when she was going home getting her ass beat. But you wanted it though, right? Be careful what you ask for. Start asking God, reveal to me what I'm saying I want, so I understand the transparency of it. God, reveal to me what's mine, so I can have that. And I don't end up praying to you to get out of it. And I don't rush to the altar just to become a divorcee or a baby mama or a baby daddy. We don't want what nobody else has. We want what's ours, because that is good enough. Never on my watch, not on your watch. You always have to be gentle with you. That is non-negotiable. Got it? Got to be gentle with yourself. Why? Because you deserve it. And 2, people treat you at the level that you treat yourself. I am so gentle with myself. Not saying I always have been, but I am so gentle with myself. So gentle. And I always say to my guy, I say, you're so gentle with me. Like, you're just so gentle with me. And I didn't have to put him in a box or become codependent or clench hard, right? Or become this abandoned little girl. The little girl in me she's like, I'm chilling, I like him, he's gentle. I'm like, you're just so gentle. But guess what? I am so gentle with myself. So my law of attraction would have repelled anything opposite of what I am. Did you hear what I said? My law of attraction, which is how I am with me, your law of attraction is how you are with you, will repel anything that is not in you, because it can't align. Manifestation happens at the point of alignment. If we don't align, we don't manifest a friendship. But I'm gentle with me. And the way that I am with me, I'm going to love on you.
I understand a lot of people see my situation and not think that I'm not high functioning.
What situation?
See my situation. That's a very vague question, and it's for you
What
to
situation are you referring to that they're looking at and thinking is not high functioning?
Just my life.
Your life entirely, or your life in relationships?
My life.
See, don't deflect. Let's stay here. Your life entirely, or your life in relationships?
Both, really.
And they think that you're low functioning.
No, I don't.
You just said people see your life and think you're not high functioning. The opposite of that would be low functioning.
No. Okay, so here you go. You're trying to take my intentions away from this. Can I correct it?
Yeah, go ahead.
Or can I give you more?
Yes, more information. Heck yeah.
So, I'm not married, right? I have beautiful children.
How many?
8.
I didn't do my research. I thought it was 4, but 8. Okay.
No, baby.
Cool.
It's
By how
8.
many women?
3. And this is the kicker. I want more. Now.
By multiple women? What's the intent?
I just want God
about
to
your
bring
wife?
him. I just want God to bring him.
Oh, okay. And you have, so you just.
Because my point is this. My desire to get married is lower than my fear of divorce. So, as you had said, Dr. Bryant, you said it, I didn't say it, I will agree. I'm just taking my time.
You're not taking your time.
I am, though.
You're being very action-based. You're not taking your time. You're being very action-based.
I'm taking my time.
You're being very action-based. You have 8 kids with 3 different women.
Yes.
You are creating, procreating, and multiplying. That is not taking your time. You're being very selectively active. Okay? So you're creating, in disclaimer, the kids are innocent, they are beautiful and amazing. Anything I say has nothing to do with them babies, because I can't wait to be a mom, and I love the kids, period. But you are proactively choosing where you want to be active at and where you want to take your time. You want to take your time in having a wife because of your own fears. But you will, and I say this with all respect and love, what I'm about to say next, okay, Cam? But you will selfishly create broken families, even if you're in their life and you're a proactive father, and I believe you're an amazing daddy. I can only imagine with just your presence and knowing you thus far. But these families are still broken. Every child cannot have Papa in the house with them. So some child, if not all, will end up with some kind of deficit without daddy being there. Now, you chose to do that. I'm not saying you sat there and woke up one morning and said, I want to be selfish today, so I'm going to go make a baby. Not saying that at all. But those are selfish acts at the expense of your fear. So at what point do you feel the fear, do it anyways? And yeah, that is a low functioning behavior. To say that I am going to create these homes. Let me go better. I'm going to build these houses and put kids and these beautiful women and kids in them, but I ain't going to create a home in them. I'm going to wait till I dissipate my fear to find a wife where I'm still going to be fearful with, because there's no such thing as not having some type of nerve or some type of feeling behind marrying somebody who you're spending your life with. And then I'm going to build a home with her while all these other beautiful babies have houses. That's completely unfair and it's selfish.
Just tell me when I can solve.
Yeah, almost. That's completely unfair and that's selfish. And so, yes, you're taking your time in this department, but you're not taking your time in this department, which means you're compartmentalizing. And compartmentalizing never works. Compartmentalizing hurts everybody involved. Everybody who's in this box and that box and this box and that box and this box. And then here you go over here trying to figure out what box you're going to feed or entertain or do. Then you're looking outside to figure out who's your next victim to put in the box. It's unhealthy. And it's a huge dysfunction within our Black community that I truly believe personally, statistically, mental health-wise, and community-wise, that Black men would stop.
Black men will what?
Stop doing that, that they would stop that dysfunctional behavior of compartmentalizing and creating houses, not homes, and then finally a home with the wife. And then you have all these other houses that are homeless. But you over here, at some point when you do get a wife, if you do, I'm saying if that's what you want, you will. You'll get whatever you want. You're trying to create a home. Totally dysfunctional and extremely, that's the epitome of selfish. Epitome of selfish. I'm done. You can go for it.
Okay, say less. All right, so what identifies as a broken home?
What you have going on with these, whoever you're not in the house with, is a broken home. It's called a blended family. It's called a blended family.
That means?
That the family is blended. So blended
So blended means broken?
Yeah.
Okay. So the guy that you were entertaining, you would go as low as 26.
That I would entertain?
Yes.
Got it. Okay.
And as high as what age?
Whatever man that doesn't have kids.
As high as?
Whoever doesn't have kids, whatever age he is with no kids.
I just.
No, that's the age. I'm saying I don't have an age range as far as how old. If he has no kids,
So your
he's a candidate.
non-negotiable is a person who does not have children.
My non-negotiable is a person with kids. But yes, I get how you're saying it. Yes.
So you cannot date a person. You cannot be with a person.
I can, but I'm choosing not to.
So.
I can be with anyone, but I'm choosing not to.
You're.
I gotta correct it. It's my narrative, Cam.
You're
I
like
can,
jumping in,
I
jumping out. It's either.
Can. No, it's not I can't. There's no such thing. I can date whoever I want. I am definitely well equipped to do so.
Okay.
So I'm not going to allow that word to be something that fits what I can't do. I'm well equipped to date anybody.
Yes.
My preference,
Yes.
because there's nothing wrong with a lot of men who have kids. So I don't want to put that narrative out there.
Yes.
My personal preference is I would not choose to date a man with kids.
Okay.
Yes.
So you're dating a man with kids. Just a scenario.
Oh, okay. Got it. Yes.
You're dating a man with kids.
Yes.
So you've identified that that's a broken home from the jump. With your verbiage of blended family means broken.
I've identified that I'm dating a broken man who is creating who he is, because we could teach what we know, we create who we are. And so broken people create brokenness, whether it's through a child, whether it's through a relationship, whether it's through themselves. It doesn't have to be a beautiful baby, but you're creating brokenness. And broken people can come from married households. I'm not saying that a two-parent household can't create the result of a child who then has brokenness and creates broken blended families everywhere. I'm not negating that.
That's not my point.
No, I know, I'm making that point. But yes.
But my point.
My answer is I not only identified that those homes are houses without a home because he's not in them,
Yeah.
but also that he's a broken man.
But you're going to be with a broken man.
No, I won't. I just said I wouldn't be with a man. I wouldn't be with a broken man who has multiple kids. I would take
No, not multiple. I'm
well,
talking.
a kid. It doesn't matter.
So you're not going to date a man with children.
No, but let me clear this up because you said I won't date a broken man. That's not what I said.
No, I said, are you, listen to what I'm saying.
I heard you.
Doc.
Let me answer it. Hold on. We all have a level of brokenness. So will I date a broken man? Yes. Am I going to date a certain type of brokenness? No.
Of course you're not.
And that type of brokenness is a man who has kids outside of me isn't something that's conducive for what I want forever.
But will you date him?
No.
So that goes to my point. I'm trying to ask a question. You have two different men right here. One man who has...
I will not date a man with kids.
Okay, that's all I'm asking.
Yes. I will
But
not.
do you understand, just off of the statistic?
If you made it to the end of this video, thank you so much for being here. If you found this compilation helpful or insightful, make sure to like, comment, subscribe for more content like this. Let me know which part stood out to you the most. I appreciate you, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.